Hey guys, welcome back to Embers and Ash. My name's Ashley, if you didn't know, and today we're doing a Q&A. I haven't done a Q&A in a few months, so I thought it'd be fun. You guys had some good questions, some questions I was anticipating, so I'm excited to answer those. I asked on Instagram and on the community page here on YouTube, so I hope you got your question in if you wanted to. Let's get into it. How do you find balance with everything? Career, husband, friends, etc., and being a mom? I don't. I try like we all do, but I don't think there really is a perfect balance. It really is just like what I'm prioritizing for each day. So it's not great, but that's the only way I can figure to do it all is to do it all at different times. I definitely make sacrifices with like friends or just my social life is not well, it's not bad because honestly, like I just treat, I don't know, 8 till 4 as a work day, and then in the evenings I can go out. Weekends I try to not work, but I'll have family or friends like want to hang out midday on a Tuesday, and I like really want to, but I have to prioritize getting work done. I mean, like I can obviously bring Rook with me and do whatever, but I need like at least 4 days a week of work to stay on top of things. And then for prioritizing Josh, like I said, I just try to not work on weekends, and in the evenings, we try and spend time together, especially after Rook goes down. And that's working for us. How many kids does Josh want? Now that you want 2 instead of 4, does he agree? We are on the same page. Like we had conversations about this before I shared that with you guys. We're both just kind of in limbo. Like we see the benefits of having 2 kids, but we also think we would still like the benefits of having 4. It's just like, where do we want to make our sacrifice? He's kind of on the same page of 2 kids, but it's really gonna change as we have children. I wouldn't be surprised if we wanted a 3rd. It's all up in the air. What would you change about the parenting lifestyle YouTube community? Interesting. I think I would change people trying to sell their life. And I don't blame YouTubers for doing this, especially because like if you look into how to be a YouTuber or how to be successful in social media, it is all telling you to sell your life. Like that's how you make a profit. Especially if you don't have Google AdSense, your only income would be sponsorships and affiliates, unless you have like other things going on. And with affiliates, you need to be telling people to buy things to make money. So I get why people do it, but I just feel like it's so phony. And personally, I don't like it. I know other people, I've talked about this before, other people like the aspirational YouTubers, but it's just not for me. How do you get ready in the morning with a toddler or general morning routine? I don't. I get out of bed, I nurse Rook, and then I just like hang out with him, drink my coffee, and eventually I'll brush my teeth and brush Rook's teeth, and if I'm like getting ready, I won't do it until he goes down for a nap. That's what works for me. Have you weaned Rook? Yes. Well, does weaned mean like he's completely off the boob? So at the 1 year mark, I wasn't ready to start weaning him, but like, I don't even know the timeline, maybe at 13 months, I started to wean him from I would feed him in the morning, before the first nap, before the second nap, and then before bed. So I took away the before second nap feeding, and then maybe after another month, I took away the first nap feeding, and he was totally fine, didn't mind. And then eventually realized that he doesn't care about the nighttime feeding either. So got rid of that, and right now we're only doing the morning feeding, and I really like it because I do want to breastfeed him till 2 years for his immune system and such. And he really likes the morning feed. He actually, when he cries in the morning when he gets up, he won't stop crying until he gets the boob. So it works for him, it works for me. I'm happy about it too because like I can have a beer with dinner and not worry that like I'm breastfeeding Rook in an hour or whatever. Yeah, that's what's working. How has postpartum affected your curls? This is a real issue for me. So while I was pregnant, my hair that grew nearly straight, like the loosest curl. You can't tell right now because I literally just showered and styled my hair, and with using the diffuser, it amplifies those curls and it makes them look like cohesive with everything else. But my day 2 hair, the like middle section of my hair just like stretches out to straight. It's so frustrating. Because all I want is one hair texture. I don't care if it's straight or curly, I just want one because I don't want to look crazy. Like the top of my hair curls, the middle is straight, and the bottom curls. It's so annoying. So my solution, I've said this before, has been just a lot of updos lately. It is what it is, but it just makes me so sad because I'm not gonna like get my normal hair texture back until I'm done having kids, because every time I have a kid, the hair that grows is gonna be basically straight. So that's very annoying. Okay, I'll hit up one of the biggest questions I've gotten, and that is, are you gonna show us what the downstairs looks like after the reno or keep it private? I also had someone ask why I took down the reno series or why I stopped it, something like that. So here's the story. I'll give you the whole thing. So when we moved in here, I was doing 3 videos a week, 1 sit-down video, a vlog, and the reno series. So that was a lot on my plate mixed in with actually moving. I've talked about this. I stopped the reno series because it was too much work. The reason I took them down is because I had like 4 episodes of a reno series with no finish, so it was just pointless. Also, I know a lot of you were invested in it, but they were my worst ranking videos that I put out. So it was so much work to have such little payoff of people not being interested. And I think it's just because, you know, I'm a motherhood channel and a lot of you don't care about renovations, and that's fine. As for showing you the basement, I'm still planning on doing it. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it because as expected, there were delays. Some delays were expected, some weren't. Like COVID delays with construction, expected. Unexpected delays were like trains had to stop running because of the forest fires in BC, and like the sparks of the tracks would cause fires. So supplies were delayed, etc. So we didn't actually end up meeting our deadline. Dan and Maggie did move in before they had their baby, a little baby boy, by the way, super cute. So they did move in, but the basement isn't finished. It's just kind of move-inable. So I want to show you once it's actually finished, but I don't know when that's going to be. And also my plan was to do a tour of the space once it was done and before Dan and Maggie moved in. And now I feel weird like sharing their home because it's all set up with their stuff, right? So maybe I'll just like show some pictures once it's done. Like I do want to share it with you because I know I've left you hanging, but it's just a complicated situation. So that's that. Some of you have been commenting questions about it on my videos as well, and I've replied with a shortened version of that answer, but this way hopefully everyone knows what's going on. Favorite board game? That is a question I did not expect. My favorite board game is Near and Far. It's so good. It's like complicated and in depth, and it takes a while to like understand the game, but like complicated games are the most fun because they're so dynamic. They're not just like you play once and you're bored of it. Near and Far if you're looking for a really good board game. How are you? Don't want to seem rude, but you seem kind of down. Are you okay? That's so funny. Yeah, like I've had a really hard summer. Renovations are no joke. It has been maybe the most stress I've ever experienced. I don't know. Planning my wedding was also horrible. But it's just been a lot. I've talked about some of the things online already of just like having a house in chaos with a kid is a lot for an extended period of time. But I'm doing a lot better now that we have our systems and our rhythms, and Dan and Maggie are moved in, so that pressure is out of the way. Yeah, and then I also just kind of went through like questioning what my purpose is online, and so I lost a lot of motivation to produce content. So I don't know if that's what you're picking up on, because I don't want to be part of the problem online. I want to be a helpful resource to people. And I think I figured it out now, but yeah, thanks for noticing. I've been having a hard time, but things are better. Would you consider moving to a different province for cheaper housing? I don't think so. Honestly, like, I love BC and I don't want to leave BC. If I wanted cheaper housing, I would probably just go to somewhere else in BC. Like, there are cheaper options. I don't know. I would love to go visit the East Coast, but I can't say that I want to like just go move there. Okay, this one's funny. Sorry if you're offended by me calling it funny. Do you get an allowance of fun money to spend since you are a stay-at-home mom? So I read that to Josh and he got riled up just because we feel so passionate about the way we handle our finances. So no, I don't get an allowance. The way we handle things in our marriage is all our money goes into one spot and it is both ours equally, no matter who makes more money. We've been in seasons where I've made more money, seasons where Josh makes more money. And when we agreed to marry each other, we like share everything, right? We do have, I don't know, not rules, but we've agreed if we are ever buying something over $100, we talk to each other about it first, just to keep the communication good, but like it's never asking permission, it's just making sure we're both on the same page about things. And also, like, yes, I am a stay-at-home mom, but I do make an income here online. Josh is the primary breadwinner, but my income does still help. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I know that that works for some couples. Like, some couples need to keep things separate because of unhealthy spending habits, or that's just how you choose to live your life. It's just not how we do it. When do you think you'll be trying for a second baby? Of course, I expected that question. I have no idea. Like, I feel like I've said this for a while. I want another kid, but I don't right now. My ideal situation would be to accidentally get pregnant. I don't want the pressure of choosing when the right time is to have a second, because there's great things about having your kids close in age, but there's also great things about having them further apart. So if I accidentally got pregnant, then I don't have to deal with the consequences of which decision I chose. So yeah, I don't know when it's gonna happen. How did you get confident enough to start a YouTube channel? What was your first video about? I never was confident enough to start my channel. I didn't tell people about my channel, I swear, until I was like a year in. Like, I told a very small amount of people, like my sister, but it was so embarrassing, like putting yourself out there. And then I look back at that video too and I'm like, wow, that's so awkward. And it's not awkward just because like things in the past are awkward, but you don't know how to talk to a camera and it's just weird. My first video was a houseplant haul. Yeah, like if you're looking to start a channel, you just have to do it, keep it a secret, whatever. That's what I did and it's worked out. Why doesn't your family help you by babysitting Rook? Funny question. I just don't include that part of my life. Like, I have family members that will watch Rook, and if I need someone to come over because I'm having a stressful day, usually someone is around. I just share like my life and my life with Rook. So I have help, which is very nice. I just don't show it. Thoughts on homeschooling or public schooling in the future? I will not be homeschooling. I think I was gonna say I think I'd be terrible at it, but I'm sure like anyone can do it. I just do not want to. We have a great public school up the road, so Rook will probably be going there as long as we're still in this house. Yeah, I just have zero interest in homeschooling, and I'm really excited for having all my kids in school and I can actually like get work done during the day. That'll be nice. Anything you wish you could have done that the pandemic kept you from doing? Any silver lining to having a baby in the pandemic? I'm still bummed that I didn't get my baby moon. We were gonna go kind of local, but like rent a Airbnb and just hang out, the two of us. And that got canceled, which is sad because that's like your last trip, just the two of you before you have a kid. And then I also didn't get a baby shower, which wasn't the biggest deal, but emotionally, being hormonal and pregnant, I was really sad about it because honestly, I felt sad that like my baby was missing out on a baby shower. Like I really wanted it for my child, not for me, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I don't know, it was weird times. Benefits to pandemic baby. Not having anyone come to you in the hospital. I haven't experienced it that way where you have guests, but it was so nice that like I didn't have to worry about my modesty because it was just nurses and Josh, and you know, you're so uncomfortable after giving birth and you don't have to like hide that because you have guests there. Yeah, so that was nice. Other than that, it just kind of sucked. Like there was a 5-month period where no one saw Rook, and that's just sad. That's all it is. And the last question I'm going to end on, how do you handle your mental health? I don't know, you tell me. What do I even say about this? I don't know, like I try to have a lot of conversations with people when I'm having a hard time so that I can get insight on how to help fix the situation. Like, but sometimes it's out of your control. Like when the house was in chaos from the move and we didn't have a laundry machine for 2 months, there's nothing I can do to help fix that issue that was causing me mental stress without actually putting the laundry machine in, which was just a long process. So there's some things that are just out of your control and you just have to figure out how to adapt short term. There are definitely things that I do for my mental health in the day-to-day, like making sure I have time by myself, like during Rook's nap, where I can actually do work or some self-care. Sometimes work feels like self-care because it's peaceful as opposed to the chaos of a toddler. Eating well, exercising, all those things that people always talk about. But yeah, I don't really have it figured out. I'm just trying to survive some days, but it is what it is. A good support system, because as long as I knew I had people that loved me, it was fine. It wasn't good, but it was fine, you know? Anyways, that's all for the questions. Something I did want to add is that I did get quite a few advice questions. So I'm actually going to be doing a video all about mom advice. So if you have any questions on how I would handle things, or you're just looking for answers from another perspective, please leave your questions below. I'm really excited for this video. I saw Mikkel Jancy, is that how you say her name? She did a video on like sister advice and I really liked it, so I want to do like a mom advice video. So anyways, leave me any questions if you have them. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.